Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? Today we have a good one because we're going to be looking at a deck from a viewer. Now I had a version of this I was working on, but you know what? Viewers sometimes submit things that I'm already working on, so I just finished up my list and we're going to go ahead and see how it works. So I'm going to give credit to this one to, I believe it was Jeff Godden, one of our newer members here on the YouTube channel. And this is really fun. We're going to be playing some Gruul Treasure, but we're going to be really doing some damage with big Old Gnawbone. So I know people love this card. This is a deck where it really makes a lot of sense. So let's hop right on in and take a look at it and see what we're doing today with this treasure deck. If you're looking for awesome protective gear for your cards, be sure to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn to save 5%. And that's on everything on the site, including this month's Ocean Blue collection or anything else you decide to pick up. Alright, before we get into this, some of you may be asking, how do I get PowrDragn to play one of my decks? Well, there's a couple of ways. First off, if you show up on our streams and you're participating in all that with the channel points and everything, cool. If you're in our Discord, sometimes if the right thing comes through, I might feature it if it's pretty neat. So if you're just being active and participating in the Discord, there's a rough chance. However, if you want the highest percentage of that chat happening, check out our memberships down below, join the channel, and if you actually are at our highest level, there's a really good chance I'm going to take a look at it, and if it looks like fun, I'm probably going to feature it and play it, or some version of it anyway. So starting with this list, we're going to the very top with Goldhound. This is kind of good because I've been wanting to put Goldhound in some more decks, so I really like what's going on here with this one, and the fact that it's a treasure works out very well. Playing 3 Despair Sentinel because we all know fast mana is good, and it blocks flyers, and it works well with Magda. So we're playing 4 Magda, 4 Dragon's Fire, obviously because we're going to be playing a lot of dragons. And then we have 4 Gala Greeters because if we're able to get treasure, we can turn treasure into other things. We can get +1/+1s, we can gain life. This becomes a very versatile card in this list, but being able to get a treasure for every creature that comes into play kind of supercharges Magda. It means we're going to be able to use Magda a lot and whenever we want to, which is very, very good. 2 Prosperous Innkeeper. Possibly it's worth making room for 1 more of these at least, but I'm not quite sure where it would live just yet. But yeah, 2 Prosperous Innkeeper. 2 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, just because. I mean, technically, I guess it fits because the 2/2 makes treasure. But here's kind of the problem with this card. Like, it is so good that if you're playing red in pretty much any deck in Standard right now, you kind of have to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Like, I genuinely believe this is the best card in Standard at the moment, which is pretty wild to say because it doesn't seem like it should be, but the more you think about it, all 3 parts of this deck kind of work well for a whole variety of decks. So if you're playing red and you're not playing this, you probably need at least 2 copies in your list, if not 3. So yeah, we're playing it. I'm sorry, you're seeing this card a lot. There's really not a lot to be done about it. Professional Facebreaker. We've had this in 1 or 2 lists. I think it's really good here as well, partly because it has Menace, which is great, helps us generate more treasure. But the biggest thing here is, once you trigger Gnawbone, if it connects and you get, let's say, even 9 or 10 treasure, now you can just keep looking for your next dragon or whatever. So between this and with Magda, like, you can just find whatever you need once you get that far down and get rolling, which is super awesome. Or with some of our other cards, you could have really big turns as well. Speaking of which, we have Jenny Faye, Jetmir second, so if you don't want to get extra treasure, you can turn treasure into cats or dogs, which is also very reasonable. So we like that as well. Also, don't forget the interaction between Professional Facebreaker and Goldhound, because Goldhound first strikes, you'll get to get treasure, and then all your other creatures will deal regular damage, and then you'll get 1 as well, because it's each time your creatures deal damage. Not for each creature, but each time your creatures deal combat damage. So first strike or double strike will happen during the first strike step. You'll get a treasure, and then your other stuff hits, and then you get another treasure. So just a small interaction to keep in mind there. If you're on, you're trying to get to that treasure count where you're like, I need 1 more. Well, be aware you will get that 1 more on that attack step. We are playing 2 Etsushi because it's pretty cheap to cast, which we like. It's a 4/4 flyer. Trampler, by the way. I think people forget it tramples. But this I like a lot because I like both parts of this, right? Just getting 3 treasure tokens can be 3 different triggers on Gala Greeters. It could be 3 potential creatures from Jenny Faye, which is nice. It could also just, hey, let's look at the top 2 cards and see if we can get something that we need for the next turn, right? So, like this card in here quite a lot. It does suck that it's legendary, but that's fine. Then we have Stimulus Package. We're playing 3 of these, And this card does a lot of heavy lifting in this list as well, right? Once you have Gala Greeters or Jenny Faye, all the treasure you're generating starts turning into a bunch of different things, right? And you have the possibility of having the treasure come into play. Gala Greeters can turn treasure into other things. Jenny Faye can turn those into creatures. So then you get multiple triggers. So you get treasure comes into play. You can turn the treasure into a creature because of Jenny Faye. Jenny Faye's creature comes into play, triggers the Gala Greeters. Gala Greeters can make another treasure that you can turn into another creature. Or you can let treasure sit, and then you can do it on 2 turn cycles. So you can have a turn where you make stuff trigger your Gala Greeters 2 or 3 times. As long as you have another treasure to start the cycle next turn, you can also do it on your opponent's turn. So you can get triggers off your Gala Greeters double time with the stimulus package out, which is really, really good. And then we're also squeezing in 1 Jetmir. So I know we said this is Gruul. It really is, honestly. 1 Jetmir is not really going to change that. But wanted to play this because we do have the ability to go wide very easy. So this gives us a really good top deck or something maybe we could flip into with an Atsushi or whatever. But just being able to give your stuff Trample and Vigilance is going to be good enough. If you get Double Strike, it's a big bonus. So big fan of this for sure. And then why not? Makes treasure. It flies. It has haste. Goldspan Dragon, so not a surprise. We're playing 3 of those. And, dare I say, the man of the hour, the star of the show, Old Gnawbone. So we're hoping to get Old Gnawbone a couple of times. Maybe get something like 8 to 10 treasure off of it, and then be able to set up end of game scenarios after that. Also remember, if you get a bunch of treasure and you have a stimulus package out, you don't have to do anything. You could let your opponent wipe your board, and then during their end step, turn all of those into 1/1s, and then just have a really big attack the next turn, right? That's a thing you can do, right? So there's a lot of things. Once you start getting treasure hitting the board, lots of things open up for this deck. Lands, we're playing 2 Shatter Skull Smashing, 3 Den of the Bugbear, 4 Mountain, 1 Sekinzen of Beseju, 5 Forest, 4 Crag Crown Pathway, and 4 Rockfall Vale. Now, I know some of you may be saying, why are we not playing the other 6 mana thing that you can tap lands and turn into treasure? Honestly, it's okay, but the thing I didn't like about it is whereas all these other cards we're playing, they're pretty good on their own. Whereas if you're playing that, you kind of need something else, right? Generating all the treasure is nice, but if you don't have anything else, it's kind of just a dead card. Whereas we can top deck a Goldspan Dragon or even a stimulus package or whatever, right? And those do things. Jenny Faye is probably the only other card that doesn't do something, I guess, when you get it. But it is still a 3/3 attacker, so you can still do stuff with it. And anything you get after that starts triggering a bunch of stuff. So we kind of like this setup. But as always, you know the drill. We're going to play some games. And then we're going to talk about what cards we would change or not, or what we liked, what we didn't. And then we'll have a card spotlight for you as usual. So have some fun with these games, and I'll catch you on the other side. Cute name. I get to play against Charles Xavier. Kind of. We're going to go ahead and keep this. Hopefully we can turn this into something. I mean, we do have a turn 1 play, turn 2 play. We can crack this for 4 if we really need to. But let's see what goes down. Wouldn't hurt to draw like a face breaker or something, would be pretty sweet. Especially with Goldhounds abounding with their menace and first strike. Would be pretty cool. Yep, you can have a Goldhound, Mr. Valky, if that is your real name. Do we just run Magda in here? Because we're not really doing anything else with Magda. We're not going to get... I say that. I was like, if I crack my treasure, or crack the Goldhound to make the stimulus package, we would get 2 treasures, but that's really not enough. Yeah, let's go ahead and run this in. I'm good with this. Oh, they're not even blocking. Ew, what does that mean? I mean, we're gonna like meat hook for 1 or something? But even then, yeah. All right, we'll just go for this. Why not? I don't know what the opponent's up to. Worst case scenario, we get to look at some cards whenever they kill off Atsushi. I don't know. It's kind of a weird scenario here. They know we have Shatter Skull Smashing. They know we have Stimulus Package. Alright. Go to attacks. We're going to get in with this and this. Not going to give them Magda because now there are some worlds where we could generate enough treasure. Exactly, this being one of them, right? This dies. We make the 3 treasures. Now we play Stimulus Package. Turn this into a land. We'll pay the 3. Now during their end step, we could get a dragon. We could do a lot of other things. Also, don't forget, we can sacrifice Goldhound for a treasure if we want to as well. All right, let's see what the opponent targets here. Well, you're going to target the Magda. I guess we're going to use her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will go get a Goldspan Dragon. Now, unfortunately, if they have another binding, we won't really get value for our stuff, but that's okay. Okay, sure. Alright. Opponent would need another red to sweep the board. But even then, we can just do this. Actually, I guess I should have cracked a treasure. I guess it wouldn't really matter. We're just going to waste a green mana here. But I mean, we might as well do it. Treasure to get a treasure. Yeah, we'll just create a treasure here. What's also random is we could sacrifice Goldhound to make a creature to trigger the 2 Galagreeters on the opponent's turn, which is kind of cute. Not really something I thought about, but kind of neat that we can do it. So, yeah, why don't we do that? Kind of a unique situation, but whatever. Let's make another treasure with each of these. And then we'll crack one of these to make another Deuter. And then have these become... There you go. Oh, nice. Nice. We don't hate this at all. Would you like to counter that, opponent? Okay, then. I would like to take this opportunity to crack one of these treasures. We will start by making more treasure. Just to have fuel for the fire. Then we will crack one of these tapped ones to make another 1/1 so that we can turn these into 3/3s and not worry so much about Valky shenanigans. And then we're going to attack with this pile of things we have made. And then the fun part about this is, even if the opponent were to do something here, sweep the board or whatever, during their end step, we just make 5. Well, we can make more than that, because we use 1 to turn into a creature to make more treasure. And then we just have stuff sitting around. Yeah, this is actually really good for us. I mean, they could meat hook or something here. Oh. Tox roll. Opponent's still at 1, though. Yeah, sure. Like, that gets you some stuff, I guess. I mean, you sort of did a thing. We just attack. Yeah, alright. Cool. Weird finish. I'm just realizing at the end of that last game, I probably, or not even at the end, whenever they killed my Magda last time, I probably should have just went and got Big Gnawbone and tried to, like, just connect for a whole bunch of treasure one time. Because then we could have just ended the game anyway, right? Attack, we would have connected for 7, 8, 9, I believe, at that point. And then at the end of the turn, we just turn all those into 1/1s. We would have just won the next turn, I guess. But either way, We won the game just the same. Okay, I don't really know where this hand's going right off the bat, but we're going to keep it. Definitely going to be dictated by what we draw over the next couple turns. You know, I was thinking about, like, the new logo backs and stuff, like the new, I guess, family insignias. I was sort of thinking, like, it would have been better off if they were a bit simpler. Because, you know, when we start thinking, because when you think about all the ones from, like, Ravnica and stuff, they all feel, like, very quick and simple to identify, and they look good on shirts and all that stuff. These are a little complex, but maybe that was kind of part of their goal. I don't know. Opponent wants to deal with that. Well, while we have an opportunity, we can race and or deal with Delver of Secrets. We could play Innkeeper, attack, or play Magda, attack, kill off that. But that's meh. Alright. I think we're just going to attack. See if they block. They don't. Seeing if maybe we can get lucky and get to kill both of their things there, but no such luck. We will decline to reveal anything, and we'll just shoot this. Alright. Alright, they get to reveal. Ooh, they have March of the Swirling Mist. That's a real card here. That could be a real problem. Ooh, and double Homestead Courage. That's real. Okay, I don't know if we're going to get into a situation where we're going to be able to race. That's a lot of damage a turn. Though, we do have the possibility of doing stuff with Goldspan and whatnot. Taking 3 damage here. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's going to be the same number of attack steps. So, let's start here. I mean, they can't do anything to our Gold Hound, so it's just a matter of if you just want to sack the Gold Hound. I think we do, though. I mean, next turn we play Goldspan, it gets blinked out, we get some treasure. I'm just thinking, like, is there a way we can get to use Magda in enough time? You know, in combination with the Stimulus Package and Goldspan Dragon. Like, I feel like the answer is yes, but I don't know that it's yes. And we only have 3 turns, so whatever we do, we're going to have to do it very quickly. Kind of really want to draw a land here. Not going to lie. Oh, boy. All right, we're just going to play this tapped. I think this is the safer option. We can force them to use that next turn to get rid of a Goldspan Dragon, give us treasure. Maybe we get to use a Magda the turn after that. I mean, that's kind of where we're at. Don't know how we get out of this otherwise. We could also gain enough life over the next couple turns because of Stimulus Package to buy a turn or two, depending on what type of pump spells they get. So there's a lot going on here. Also remember that phasing does not destroy tokens. So they will leave and come back. You don't lose them like you would when other stuff exiles them. So that is important to know as well. We also don't trigger re-entering the battlefield, so we won't gain life again. So there's a lot of little things to consider here. But I think next turn, the plan is going to be attack with Dragon. Oh, if we draw an untapped land, that would be ideal. Because then we'd be able to just play Dragon, attack with it, and Gold Hound. Maybe they both get phased out, maybe they don't. Play Magda, then go from there. Alright. Opponent did look like they might have AFK'd here, so I don't know. But they are currently in a pretty reasonable spot. Like, we obviously have more cards than them, and because we're able to generate treasure, Magda might be able to do a little extra work. There's also the possibility that their deck just outright draws some counter spells of some variety, which could put a hurt on this whole plan as well. So, lots of things that are both good and bad here. Oh man, this actually had some interesting lines of play, but it looks like the opponent is unfortunately going to time out. We've had that happening a lot lately with various opponents. Don't know why. It's just coincidence, but oh well. We will just move on to the next game. Yeah. That wasn't the most exciting thing, unfortunately. Alright, well, we go to attack. Not going to play the dragon here anyway. I would just play Magda. And then see if we could somehow generate enough that we could do stuff next turn. Because, like, at that point, Magda attacking is 2 treasure. This makes 3/4. Sack the gold hound. It's good enough. But yeah. Oh, is the opponent back? That's cool. Maybe. All right. In the turn. I mean, our hand didn't really do much, so the opponent still has plenty of ways to possibly win this. I mean, we failed to draw a land. We just drew the other stimulus package, which doesn't really help us. All right. Question is, this is tough because now we have to give up a treasure to do anything we want to do here. I mean, I say that. I guess we could Fable. All right. Man, what I wouldn't have given for that to be a face breaker. Would have been pretty cool. Would have made life a little bit easier. Though they can still phase out 2 things here. Possibly more if they want to discard a blue card, actually. They could phase out our whole team. Oh, man. Did the opponent go AFK again? Ugh. Come on, buddy. There you go. Oh, they used an Aggro on that. Does actually put a little bit of a hindrance on our plan, believe it or not. That Aggro is actually a little bit of a problem. Not like a terrible one, but a problem nonetheless. Because that is a treasure we no longer have. Which is something we have to actually consider. Discarding one of the stimulus packages. Ooh, that's a thing. Now this is interesting because now we know the opponent can actually remove our whole board. So let's see if they want to counter this or if they want to phase out our creatures here. So that does matter. Now that this is on board, we do get some flexibility. I'm going to kill off our Magda. March of the Swirling Mist. So they did use their March. And again, we only have the 4 treasure. So we have to decide if it's worth it to try to get any amount of life right now. I don't think so. We just let it resolve. All right. Do we play a dragon here to trade? Because if we use 5, we're down to 1. We attack, get 2. I think we wait. Let's end the turn. Let's see what the opponent's got going on. If they pump twice, we die anyway, right? So if you got any pump spells, we're dead here, opponent. Alrighty, that does not... Well, it does let you connive once and go to 2. Or, I mean... Oh, well, you draw and discard, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay, so we're good now. We have... Oh, we have multiple things we can do now. Alright. We can definitely get above 6 life if we want to, but do we just do this? 1, 2... it's only 5. Trying to think if we can just do 14. Well, this doesn't have haste, so we're only attacking with these right now. So I'm thinking we get dragon. we get... we go get our big dragon, right? Go get Gnawbone here. And then we'll get a bunch of treasure. Because we get all the generated treasure, plus we get all that. Yeah. Just because we can. And then we'll go ahead and cast this, like, just because. And we will end the turn. Should be good to go now. Yeah, there's really nothing else the opponent was going to be able to do there. Does this unblockable if attacks by itself? What's the enchantment? As long as the creature can't be blocked. So we have to generate some 1/1s here. Submit. Oh, can we do it multiple times? Oh, we can only do one at a time. Okay. Alright, we're just going to gain our life here. Just making sure nothing screwy happens. Alright, we're at 11. That's fine. Yep. And then we get to attack for lots many with the Ultimo damage with Jetmir. Alright, we got kind of an ideal starts, depending on the removal that the opponent has here. So let's see what happens. This could be a pretty good hand for us. Go ahead and snag this, and then we'll just pass so we can make treasure. So no matter what, even if they kill off our Magda here, we'll at least be able to cast Atsushi at worst. If these live, then we just go straight up to the gold span and just see what we want to do after that. I mean, gold span into Galagreeters could be pretty sweet. Alright, we'll tap this. Would you like to kill a Magda now? While we're shields down? Makes sense. March of Wretched. So we're playing a bunch of exile stuff. No surprise with it being Orzhov. There is another gold span dragon, however. Could we Galagreeters? Nah, it only leaves 3. Yeah. Land, tap, treasure. Doesn't quite get us there, does it? I think I am going to Galagreeters here, though. And just attack for 1. Mostly because there's a good chance they have Vanishing Verse. And I want to see if maybe we can at least get a treasure or something off our Galagreeters before things go sideways. Okay.
I could sneak right by.
Making their little ninja dude. That is good stuff, actually. So now we can treasure or bonus damage or either. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Alright. Let's take a +1. And we're just going to get all this in here. Just pressure the opponent now. Especially since we've got another gold span. We know they're probably going to try to kill this gold span this turn. So, I mean, we could gold span into Atsushi, potentially. So, maybe I missed out on some damage, not going for the Atsushi last turn. But who knows? Maybe they would have killed it instead of playing Kaito, so there's all kinds of things there. Alright, works for me. So now we get to kill off. Oh, I kind of wanted to play that Facebreaker, but actually, you know what? Let's just attack the Planeswalkers and play Atsushi here. Because the next turn, we get a land. We could possibly play both of these and get some damage in. We can also get a treasure here that allows that to happen. So, yeah, I kind of like that, actually. With the Planeswalkers both being pretty low, let's just take them both out. Works for me. And then let's just play the Atsushi here. And get a treasure. So now, even if something does happen to the board, we have Gold Span, maybe draw a land, could play Facebreaker. Even if we don't, we could tap Despair Sentinel and something to get extra treasure. If Atsushi doesn't get exiled, okay, well, there's that. That plan goes nowhere. Yeah, things happen. All right. I think we're going to +1, but I'm actually just going to tap these anyway so we can play the Facebreaker and just generate some more treasure. A little bit silly because, you know, Meat Hook gets rid of a bunch of stuff here, but whatever's whatever. If that's the case, we'll end up just attacking with Gold Span and Den of the Bugbears, so that's fine. Also, having the treasure means we can do stuff with Facebreaker to dig for another dragon or something else. But if the opponent has just like another Planeswalker here, we don't really care that much. I mean, I guess if it's Loth, it's at least a little annoying. But we kind of have a lot going for us if it is. Alright, there's a Meat Hook. We knew that was a possibility. We were operating with that in mind. I think we're just going to go with this. And just say damage is damage. We do this. They get to remove 3 creatures. They go to 9. We get to attack for 4. Back-to-back Meat Hooks would be annoying. But whatever. Still worth it, I think. There's a good chance they do actually have another Meat Hook here. But, I mean, if they do, they do. We'll have to draw something else. Loth? Alright. Loth we can deal with.
I'm hungry. Aren't I the general?
If we kill Loth now. Actually, we don't want to kill Loth. We'll probably just kill it 2/2. And then that keeps our dragon from being at risk. Actually, you know what? Let's wait and see what we draw. Well, that solves that problem. We will decline. Let's just kill 2 spiders. Good deal. For 2. Target that, target that. Yep, that'll do it. Ooh, do we keep... I think we... this isn't bad enough to get rid of. I think we have to keep this. And if Magda... We just assume Magda's going to take a little bit of a beating. That's okay. Kind of comes with the territory. I'm going to take 3 from one of these. Kind of holding on to this just a little bit. Because it is possible this is like Rakdos Sacrifice or something. Okay. How much damage do... Actually, okay. We'll just play this. Didn't get any other lands, so we're just going to do it the hard way. I am willing to attack here. We'll take the treasure. Especially if the opponent opts to play a removal on our goblin, so we can't do anything with it next turn. Then we get to Gold Span, and then follow it up with Magda's. Pretty nice. So we don't hate that. Oh, we drew the Gnawbone, though. We did not want that. Damn it. Don't want Gnawbone in the graveyard either. Oh, that was such a bad situation. And I don't really want... I guess we're going to submit 0. Oh, this is so bad, though. Man, I'm going to get rid of Gnawbone. I think. Is that what we're going to do? Am I really going to do that? I'm submitting 0. This sucks. Like, Yeah. Not ideal, but it is what it is. We at least get to replace the treasure. If we draw land or the opponent does... Well, if we just Magda here, they're going to attack with Florian. They'll get to find something to remove something. Let's end the turn. Let's keep the treasure. Let's keep the treasure. There's a chance things aren't as bad as we think. So, you know, got to think positive. Because here's the other thing too, right? If they spend their mana to remove Goldspan Dragon, they may not play a blocker, which opens up the door for our Goblin to make treasure, and then who knows what happens after that. I'm not going to block here. I'm just going to let them take their turn. You find something to kill Goldspan, you find something. You're going to target it, most likely, and we're still going to get a treasure out of the deal anyway. And then if they don't do that, then we just have 2 Goldspan Dragons doing their thing. So that worked out brilliantly, honestly. Especially considering the fact that... Yeah. I was just thinking, if I wait until afterwards... Nah, we're going to end up with the same number of treasure, though. It doesn't matter. Alright. Okay. The opponent has Meat Hook or something now. Whatever. I mean, we're going to block with Reflections here if they don't Meat Hook. Yeah. So, game anyway. Okay. This hand looks pretty reasonable. Doesn't do a lot, mind you, but it's at least serviceable. We've got 3 lands, technically 4 mana with the Gold Hound, which is kind of nice. We have Magda. Gonna be a little trouble to make this Old Gnawbone work, but we'll see what we're able to do. Yeah, not great. I don't know how we're gonna hold up in this fight. We can kill anything because we have Gnawbone, so let's go ahead and do this. And if we feel the need to sacrifice something, that's fine. Next turn. Alright. We're definitely going to want to kill Valkyrie. We can survive, or the Righteous Valkyrie. Like, we can survive the other stuff mostly okay. Gold Hound. What do we want to do with you? I feel like if we Magda... That's not what we want to do. I think we just do this, make a treasure, and pass. Feels a little weird, but probably correct. And then... Yeah, I think that's it. If the opponent attacks us here, we just take a little damage. Alright, we'll kill one of the Valkyries. Have to reveal a dragon. Love that it makes us choose when there's clearly only one dragon in your hand. Alright, opponent. How you feeling? Okay. Alright. What can we do here? We Jennifer into Magda. To do what? Like, we do that, but then what happens? Not sure. We can make a dragon, possibly, right? If we sacrifice that. So we're going to play this no matter what. We play this, we can make a treasure. We can tap these 2 to make a Magda. Or we can play Magda first. Alright, let's do that. And then we'll make a treasure. Then we'll tap Magda. And then we'll play this. And then we'll pump this. And then next turn we can make another treasure and start making dragons? Alright. Seems like a deal. I mean, we could also just cast Gnawbone and attack if the opponent attacks here. And then try to go ham. So it's not like the worst thing. Alright, opponent's being very careful and conservative here. Alright, we've got access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. The problem is here, if we Gnawbone and attack, we don't really get much through, right? We're just trading stuff that doesn't really do anything. So our best bet is going to be to play this, make a treasure, decline. So now we have access to Magda treasure whenever we want it. And I think we just pass? Because we can also just instant speed make a dog and gain 4 if we need to. Alright. This is such a weird situation. Alright, Giada's there. Is going to start making stuff a little rough on us. Yep, Beautiful Valkyrie's going to be big. Sure. All checks. Attack for lots many, I'm assuming. Alright. So we kind of got what we wanted here. We just have to block the 8 to stay safe, I think. So let's block with Jaspera Sentinel. Just thinking about what they're going to block next turn, right? We attack, they block Magda and one of these, then we gain some amount the rest of the way. Actually, they'll probably block a dragon. So let's... Yeah, I just want to be on the safe side here. Let's block. And then let's go ahead and tap Magda. If we get a dog, we get a whole pile of other triggers. So let's do that. And then we'll get a treasure. And a treasure. We'll let one of those... Actually, we just let them both turn into dogs, right? Yeah, because we can tap Goldhound here anyway. Or sacrifice Goldhound, so that's fine. So just make these bigger. Make a dog. Gain life. Gain life. Take damage. Now, if we do sacrifice, though, there is a thing here that we would not be able to play Gnawbone. So if we want to play Gnawbone and attack with these, we actually can't do that. So let's just take our turn. And we did get a Goldspan Dragon. So we could play this and now play Gnawbone and attack with lots many things, right? Because that's 2, 4, 6. Sack the Goldhound is 7. All right. We will auto pay. Actually, we don't even have to sack the Goldhound because we can make treasures here as well. So we just make treasures. Make a treasure. We will sack. We will decline on the first one. We will make a dog on the next one. We will plus. We will plus. Then we will play this. And then we'll gain the life. Then we'll gain the life. Then we're going to attack with this, 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 this. Assuming 4s get blocked. Opponent takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We could generate treasure as 16. We could get... Alright, sure. Turning that into a creature is probably fine. This is also going to reduce their bonus from their Valkyrie. Oh, they only blocked one of them, so they wanted to keep Giada. So we get more damage I wasn't planning on getting, so that's pretty sweet. I think I want to decline all of these to go looking for more dragons to block with. because the opponent's only at 14. All right. So, I mean, we can go get 3 dragons to block stuff if we have to. Well, that's cute. I mean, they gain life back, but that doesn't really do anything for them. I mean, that's not true. That does have lifelink, so that matters. So we're going to have to assume, let's play as though the opponent is at 33. And they block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And probably Gnawbone gets blocked by something. All right, let's go look for dragons. 3, 4, come on. I'm going to get Natsushi here. We're going to get treasure. Turn into a dog. Okay, they're giving up. All right, we'll keep this. I mean, still need another green to be able to take advantage of Jennifer, but not the worst thing here. All right, there's that. So we need to put this on green. Just so if we want to, we can cast Jennifer next turn. Opponent may just want to kill off a Magda. All right, we'll sack this. Not the way I really wanted to do this, but fine. All right. Meat hook for 1. I guess I should have made a cat, right? Because meat hook for 1 would have been kind of a pain in our butt there. But I feel like we got away with 1 a little bit. Go to attack. Would you like to kill off for Jennifer now? Nope, you're just going to get rid of a Magda. Okay. Put in for 6. Play a Goldhound. Edgar. Okay, Edgar does slow some things down. That's a real issue. So what do we want to do? Opponent's at 11. If we play this, 1, 2, 3, 4, that doesn't leave us enough. So that doesn't work. We could gold span and then play Gallagreators, but that doesn't really do anything. We could attack with Goldhound, they can't block. Dragon, they can't block. Alright. Not in love with this, but it'll do. So they would take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and go to 3? If they had a meat hook for 3, they get rid of everything. Go to 6. We don't want to be able to attack for 4. They go to 2. There's a lot of ugly moving parts here. I mean, attacking with this doesn't really do anything. So yeah, all right. Hope you don't have meat hook. I mean, it's kind of where we're at, right? Hope there's no meat hook. Any other sweeper, we're fine. Okay, we're good. Ew. You know what, though? Yeah, we keep this. We can at least work with this. I mean, we need to draw a green source, obviously, but in the meantime, we at least get to play a spell on 2, a spell on 3. Not the best things to play here, mind you. And if they play what... Okay. Well, that's not so bad. This is good, too, because we get to hold on to this, because there's a good chance we're going to need that next turn. Let's attack, see if they want to kill our Magda. They do indeed want to kill our Magda. So let's play this. Mostly so we can get treasure right off the bat. Have a 2/2 body, maybe it makes a difference. Opponent has more removal? Quite possibly. Do we get rid of the Gallagreators? I feel like we do. Ooh. Okay, what do you want to kill now, opponent? You want to kill our face breakers instead? Nope. I said you can keep that dumb face breaker. Alright, what do we think the opponent's going to do here? So I don't feel like we can just hold this forever. Alright. We may get bit in the butt for this. But we didn't get any green mana. 4 is a really scary number here. They have access to all 3 colors in duplicate. Alright, they're going to big score. Oh, they're doing big score into big dragons. The opponent's really trying to do some things here. Okay. Not gonna lie, a little bit concerning because we could be looking at burn down the house as a possibility here. If I do this now, nope. Trying to think how we can be creative and make Magda work, but I think we're just gonna do this for the moment. Get treasure in the turn. We can also copy a face breaker next turn to get double triggers. So that's a thing. And I feel a little better here because if the opponent does have a sweeper, we could play Galagreeters into... Oh, we wouldn't be able to play in the Jenny Fae. Okay, so there is the burn down the house, which we thought was there. Okay, that helps. So now we can play this into this. Make another treasure. Turn that into a 3/1. Bump that. Not sure it helps us, but... I mean, if they just got another, they got another, you know. Or even shatter... Oh, boy. Alright. That's a problem. That is a real problem. Need a blocker for the dragon next turn, and they probably have a way to kill our stuff. Yep, that is not going to get us there. What is the best thing we could do here? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I don't have a way to make a cat. If I had a way to make a cat, we'd be okay. But we don't. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait, if we play Magda first. Okay, let's see if they have a removal. Ah, they do. Damn it. I mean, this is all we can do. I mean, we turn it into a dog. Gain 2 life. Is that enough? Oh! Wow! Wow! I didn't think that was going to work. Alright, so that was actually a lot of fun. So, again, thank you, Jeff, for submitting that. And if you want to have your deck featured again, come join us in the Discord, come share your deck list, come be active member of the community, be an active member of the community, or come by our streams and share the deck list there. We can talk about stuff, and again, if they're just fun and interesting, maybe we'll put them here on the channel. But if you join the channel, like I said down below, then you almost guarantee it, unless it's just like a huge number of lists, then I have to pick and choose. But yeah, we try to prioritize those. Now, as for how these played out, this was actually pretty sweet. The one weird thing I'm gonna say here is I kind of wanted a second Gnawbone, and I didn't think I'd be saying that. Now, I don't know if maybe that means we replace the Jetmir or not. It could be the right answer, but it's at least very interesting to be able to get all that treasure and do all the stuff we wanted. And it actually worked against a variety of decks, which was pretty sweet. But yeah, maybe a second Gnawbone, though. Maybe one's fine, but I do really like having that Jetmir. So I'm kind of in a little bit of a spot. Maybe we replace something else. I don't know. I'll leave it up to y'all to decide. I actually like both cards, and they serve kind of a different purpose, and both lead to the win. So, I don't know. But yeah, this actually worked out very well. Had a ton of fun with it, and we rambled off just a lot of wins. So, yeah, thumbs up to this list. It was a lot of fun. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Burning Tree Shaman. And this card, you would think would get a lot of play. Like being a 3 mana, 3/4 is really pretty good on its own. Very solid card, fairly easy to cast, but it just never really had its moment. It's kind of was off-timed from being in an environment where there's a lot of triggered abilities, or activated abilities, I should say. But this could be a really fun role player in Commander. I mean, think about how many times your opponent has stuff that's like, tap a creature, do a thing. Sack a treasure to do a thing, although that kind of counts as a mana ability, so maybe that's not one. But there's a lot of things that really do require activation, so this could be one of those things, and especially if it's one of those things where like you have to sack a thing to get an effect and whatever, so you can kind of break up those type of combos without the opponent getting to really go off for more than a couple of sequences. So this is actually a pretty sweet card, something to think about, and it's very, very cheap. You can probably find these for under $1 everywhere. Now don't forget, if you like today's deck list, you can get it down in the description below. Also a link to all of our links for streams and everything else. But most importantly, if you like this deck, I'm going to link another fun aggro deck, maybe even another treasure list, so that way you can keep having the fun, because if you like this one, you'll probably like that one. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.